Back in 2008, before My Hero Academia was ever a thing, manga author Horikoshi made a one-shot called My Hero. This would essentially serve as the pilot episode to My Hero Academia, with the biggest differences being Azuko Midoriya is now Jack Midoriya, and he's no longer a high schooler but a businessman, or salaryman, whichever term you prefer. For fans of the series, you're also going to notice a lot of other big differences, but let's not spoil it now, let's just sit back and enjoy. A monster grabs a woman by the neck who screams out for somebody to save her. Everybody around begins to panic as somebody says, "Don't worry, I'm sure somebody will come to help her." The narration box reads, "This world is not unlike your own." What's different, you ask? That's when 5 shadowy figures say, "Stop right there!" As a vegetable-themed Sentai knockoff group make their appearance. In this world, heroes and monsters exist side by side. "We are the Rangers of Freshness, the Healthies, at your service!" The members of which include Spud Brown, Radish White, Tomato Red, Cabbage Green, and Eggplant Black. The crowd cheers out, "Oh, the Healthies, they can do it! You're coming with us, villain! Take this!" And that's when the narration box says, "And I want to be a hero too," revealing a first-person narrative. "Vegetable dressing lasers!" Just as the Healthies are about to fire, Midoriya falls from the crowd of people shouting, "Wait!" immediately distracting everyone. Pulling himself together and apologizing for the disruption, he insists that instead of their current weapons, they use this blade instead. Thinking to himself, "But for a pathetic salaryman like me, it could never happen." Time passes and we find ourselves outside the Healthies' office. Midoriya begs them, "Please, just buy one knife, it would be more than enough." But we're already using the equipment from another company. Your brand seems kind of lame. But our products are the #1 around, and they're the easiest to use. And you can have its appearance changed whatever you like. Never mind the sale. Are you sure you're okay? You seem a little sick. No, it's nothing. I'm always like this. Anyway, about our... Needless to say, the sale doesn't go as hoped. Kicking Midoriya out, the Healthies comment how weird that guy was. One of them goes on to say that he came from the Akashi Hero Support Corporation, specifically the sales division. Another points out that it's ironic that his name was Jack, which is very similar to the Japanese word for weak, jaku. That's when Midoriya bolts from the building saying he's late for a meeting. While continuing to hack up God knows what, he hails a cab to make it back to the Akashi Hero Support conference room. Inside, one of them goes over sales reports saying that sales aren't doing so good. In fact, they're hugely in the red, and just inches away from bankruptcy. Trying to draw the attention of Director Akashi themselves, one of them shouts out, "Director!" who goes on to say the aberrant appearance rate and the hero enrollment rate of the city are both top in the country. So how can this be? How can we be in such a horrible state? Then calls on her subordinates to answer the question. Each one of them come up with their own kind of cop-out reason, with the first one saying maybe it's the labor shortage, and the second one saying also the labor shortage, and the third one saying maybe it's the designs or the patterns on the colors. But inside, they know they can't tell the boss the truth, except for the third one who just finds the boss attractive. But predictably, the third one gets chewed out for being honest. "You have something to say about my designs?" "No, I love them!" Or rather, you. Thinking to herself, labor shortages, money, the designs? What do you think, Midoriya? Wait, where is Midoriya? Did that newbie just up and run away? You're the one who made him try for sales, Director. Huh? Is that so? In that case, it's cool. We can't say it. But when the previous director died, he handed the company over to his beloved daughter, even though she has 0 management experience. We can't tell her that the reason we're in this mess is because of her. Just then, Jack comes barging in. "You're late, Midoriya! But I got a contract! The kaleidoscope blade!" With those words, the conference room stops dead. Jack wonders to himself if the silence is due to him being so late and they're trying to put an emphasis on it. But contrary to this thought, they grab him and throw him in the air, cheering his name, saying, "Good work, way to go, and great job selling that design," hurling every compliment in the book at him. All he can do is cough and complain about his lungs. Even the director thanks him personally by name, while giving a half-hearted smile and saying you're welcome. He can't help but feel not all that happy. And the director can be heard in the background saying, "What do you mean by that design?" scolding the employee that has a crush on her. In the ensuing chaos, they forget about Midoriya and he lands hitting his head on the ground. As he continues to tell the readers that he treats his work very seriously, but he doesn't do it because he loves it. It's nothing more but a means to an end. His real motivation for working for this company is, it's the only place where you can wield a hero sword without actually being a hero yourself. In this moment, he also tells his boss he was only able to complete the order because he promised to redo the design, mirroring the other employees' opinions that her designs are awful. Going on to tell the readers yet again, in other words, it's so I can become a hero myself. Alright, it's time for Jack the Hero to go on patrol. A long time ago, I was saved by a hero named Positive. Well, I had just gotten a bit lost that day, but he helped me find my way back, so still. Oh yeah, and my suit's based on his too. It's handmade. But you know, that was when he was at the peak of his popularity and fame, that someone of his stature would help out but a stray child. It inspired my yearning to enter the hero business. I even told him through the fan letter I sent. As Midoriya's lost in thought, a roar can be heard from behind. Turning around, he finds a vicious house cat. Admitting to himself that he's way too nervous, he tries to compose himself as a puppy then scares him shortly after. Continuing on his inner monologue, he thinks to himself that he has to build up his strength, go through strict training, and then apply for a license. According to Article 14 of Hero Law, no persons who do not possess a hero license shall utilize a hero item. This is the first time he's been able to use a hero item and be a hero. There is no way he was ever going to be a hero through his physical abilities, so he applied for a job with a hero item company, though technically he is still breaking the law by playing vigilante. As he pulls his head up to see an actual monster, he continues to think to himself that when he was very young and was first learning about hero law, he felt like the rules were made to be against him, that someone like him could never be a hero. The monster smacks Midoriya, launching him across the way. With this being the first time he's seen an aberrant this close, he grabs his sword trembling. This is my first battle. I'll beat this guy and taste triumph, the triumph of even a guy like me being able to become a hero. The aberrant dashes towards Midoriya, who's crying in fear, as the monster falls over dead as somebody else appears to have pierced it in the head. He sits there in a state of confusion as somebody approaches. How pitiful. Midoriya begins to fret that if this guy finds out he's licenseless, it's over for him, but he's too weak to move. That getup, is it paper mache? Are you meant to look like positive? That's when the dead monster wiggles and the hero jumps in shock. Are you afraid of aberrants? Shut up! No way I'm afraid! I was just caught off guard is all. Whatever then. There wasn't any hero more pitiful than positive. What is that supposed to mean? The next day at work, Midoriya tries to pinpoint the hero in a hero's manual, phonetically pronouncing Keh and sulk. His boss points out that people don't normally verbalize words like that. Finding the page he's looking for, he says, I hate this guy. Let's never sell to this guy ever. Looking like she's totally in love, his boss replies, You mean Snipe? He's really popular. Why do you say that? Because he badmouthed my hero positive. And because he snatched away my aberrant. After hearing that, his boss changes tune, saying, What? Then I hate him too. We'll never sell him anything ever. Tearing his page out of the hero's manual, Jack says, Good riddance. It seems Midoriya and his boss really found something to bond over, as he loved Positive for what he represented in his childhood, and she loves Positive because he would always buy the company's items. Director? Please stop prattling on about a hero who died. More importantly, these words send Akahashi into a tirade, saying that Positive isn't dead, his whereabouts are just unknown. Don't you remember his catchphrase? I won't say sayonara. You tell him, director. Yes. While this older gentleman goes on to talk about budgets and this and that, the director says, Oh right, funny how we were just talking about Positive, and walks away from him mid-conversation. The budget, director, the budget! She then comes back with something she calls Begoma Knuckles. She improved on the design the old Knuckles Positive used to use, tying everything full circle, saying, This is the reason we're over budget. We couldn't achieve such a great design without doing so. Then commands Midoriya to go sell them. Heading out, he can't help but admire the device. Then he hears a scream nearby. Believing it to be an aberrant, he thinks now's my chance. Quickly switching to his hero garb, he says, Alright, today will be the day. Turning the corner, his heart sinks as he finds out it's not an aberrant, it's Snipe, and a bunch of screaming fangirls. Just as Midoriya feels things can't get any worse, a reporting crew shows up, who kisses his butt just as much as the fangirls. But they hit a bit of a snag when the reporter says, Your level of popularity reminds me of that famous hero from last year's past, Positive. Don't lump me in with a loser like him. Midoriya thinks, What do you mean a loser like him? That's when the reporter tries to shift focus and say, Oh well, an aberrant should appear soon, huh? Oh, this just in! One has appeared in the West District! With those words, Snipe heads out as Midoriya stands shell-shocked. He's quick to react. Guess he really is a pro. I almost forgot. I'm a hero too now. Albeit licenseless. Then coming to the conclusion if he beats the monster before Snipe does, he can repay him for yesterday. So Jack heads off as well. This monster appears to be a very happy blob-like creature, but a monster nonetheless. That's when Snipe is spotted on the rooftop, who's already aimed and ready to fire. But just as he's about to do so, Midoriya comes crashing in. Snipe instantly recognizes him as the guy from yesterday. The monster goes mobile as Midoriya thinks, Oh, my shoulders! I think they're gonna pop out of their sockets! And whether or not he can hear him, he then shouts to Snipe, I'm gonna beat him before you can! But Snipe has some words from Midoriya as well. You idiot, the aberrant got away! As below, the blob can be seen running. What the devil are you doing, you positive wannabe? You're scared of aberrants, aren't you? I saw you yesterday. I'm gonna take down that aberrant first. Snipe then monologues to himself how he's been a hero for so many years, he can tell the pros from the amateurs, and Midoriya's technique is all wrong. What on earth? The moment Snipe tried to shoot at the Aberrant, another hero lunged into the way. And that hero looked a lot like the hero who they say might have been dealt a mortal blow by an Aberrant, or simply retired. Positive! Has he returned? True to his catchphrase, I won't say sayonara. Now watch as the hero showdown between Snipe and Positive now unfolds. Midoriya just keeps talking himself up. Look at me, even I can become a hero. I'm a hero, this is a hero showdown. Though inside he knows he could collapse at any moment because he's not used to running. Caught in a dead end, he says there's no escape, as the monster turns around. Meanwhile, the director can be seen walking down the street, thinking about how the company is on the verge of bankruptcy, how sales are down, and how she's not living up to her father's legacy. Looking down a random alley, she sees Midoriya defeated by the monster. As the Aberrant grabs him, lifting him into the air, all he can do is ask why, which is pretty much what his boss is asking as well. What is he doing? Why is he dressed like a hero? As the monster goes to bite off Midoriya's head, she screams out for him as she hears the words "Move over, little lady" from behind. In a split second, Snipe defeats the monster. The director rushes to his aid saying, "You idiot," before picking him up. When Snipe says, "Where do you think you're going? That man broke the law." But not having any of that nonsense, she merely walks by him and says thank you and continues down the street. Midoriya and Snipe make eye contact. "You think I'm scared of Aberrants? Don't go telling people's weaknesses to the masses." When the monster twitches and he jumps again. As Midoriya comes to on a park bench, his boss is right there waiting for him to awake. And the first thing she says is, "Answer honestly. Are you working for us just to become a hero? The reason you were trying so hard to make sales was so you could use the items, right?" Reluctantly, Midoriya admits that he just wanted to become like Positive. But with how weak he is, he could never get a license, and he can't take down Aberrants. Asking his director why. Why can't he become a hero? Now in tears. Slamming his fist down saying why again, his director is in silence for a moment. Before saying, "Today, you went to the Healthy's place. You showed them a bunch of different designs, but they rejected them all. But the important thing is, they praised you up and down. Even though you're so prone to rejection, you keep trying to sell stuff with all of your energy. You're amazing." Even telling Midoriya that ever since he started, sales have been through the roof into comparison to what they were before. Meanwhile, she admits that she's just making a mess of things as a director. Isn't it just everybody's taking pity on feeble old me? After giving Jack a well-deserved slap, she goes on to say that she knows she flushed the company down the toilet. She understands that fully, and that Midoriya is the only one saving her right now, and that running around the city in a caper costume isn't the only way you can be a hero. People become heroes by saving others who are in trouble. While looking at him in affirmation, they hear a large noise from just a couple blocks away. Moments ago, the creature thought to be dead turns out not to be so. As Snipe takes aim once again and says, "I don't like the looks of this," he hears the creature say something. "Feed!" It snatches Snipe off the ground as Snipe asks, "Did it just say something?" "I will feed." Growing as tall as some buildings, the director and Midoriya spot it instantly, with the director seeing Snipe in his clutches. Even from here, they can tell he's not looking so good. Midoriya knows what he has to do. He tells the director to hold the knuckles for a little bit, responding with, "Don't tell me. Midoriya, don't even think about doing something so foolish." But he tells her Snipe is afraid of Aberrants, and people are in danger. Calling his name, she once again begs him not to do it, but he takes off anyway. The reporter announces that all hope seems to be lost as no hero has been able to take this monster down. Even the Healthies know they're no match. Snipe continues to lie motionless in the captivity of the monster as a piece of paper falls from his possession. Midoriya makes his way up a staircase as his director spots the paper. Opening it, she finds it to be a fan letter. "I've understood. Ever since I was little, I've understood, haven't I? Dear Positive, I'm the kid you saved before. Even though you're so busy being super popular, you took the time to save a lost kid like me. You're so strong and kind. I want to be like you someday." A hero always saves people in trouble. Positive! How did you know? Positive! Your job isn't getting killed by Aberrants!
You? What are you?
I'm a salaryman! Who is that man? Has he rescued Snipe? And above, the Aberrant's tentacles!
My legs!
Hey, Positive, take these knuckles. According to the boss, there's some incredible device to it. Working a sales pitch even at a time like this? It's my job. Come back to us, Positive! Hurling towards the monster, Positive feels his legs beginning to work again. But that's when Midoriya's body goes weak and he falls off the monster. Luckily, his boss is below to catch him. As Positive flies towards the monster, the upgrade behind the knuckles is that the instant it connects, it shoots a spinning top into its target, and then explodes. As the monster splatters into pieces, the healthies below assemble to catch Positive. Midoriya shouts from above, "Thank you very much for purchasing our humble wares."
Who are you calling a salaryman? All I see is a spectacular hero.
I won't let you say sayonara. After the giant aberrant was destroyed, the mind-blowing truth was revealed that Snipe was actually the former hero Positive. When did you realize it? Positive always had a bit of a stiff neck and he'd rub it all the time. That was his habit. I'm kind of an obsessed fan, so I know. And you pretended to hate Positive because there was an aberrant, right? That's right. Ever since I received a blow very near to my heart, I haven't been able to get close to an aberrant. I guess you could call it trauma. Pretty pathetic, right? I had become so pitiful, in fact, that I had to try to forget about Positive altogether. But heroics is my calling in life after all. So I came up with a style that allowed me to come back to the hero game without needing to approach any of the aberrants personally. I was actually really happy when I encountered you the first time. You were someone who strove to be like Positive, and even though it was against the law, you wanted to become him. That someone like you still exists. Fans are a vital thing to have around, man. That fan letter you sent me, I kept it on me because it reminded me of my original passion for the job. That unadulterated desire to be a hero. That's why it's never left my side. I'll be damned. You've been saving my hide even before today. Huh? What are you? It was an honor to meet you, Midoriya. To me, you are my hero. Thank you. A while later, the office is booming like never before. Phone calls left and right, orders through the roof. Now that Positive has returned, their business has too. Barging through the door. I'm back! Oh, how did it go, Midoriya? Wait, let me guess. I landed that sale heroically. I'm a bona fide hero now.